Hey everyone, this is Javon Christian, and today we're going to be talking about my social media marketing plan for the Crooked Bass. Now, the Crooked Bass is a small seafood restaurant with a bar in it, and it is located in Babson Park, Florida. Now, this isn't really a franchised restaurant, it's more of a mom and pop restaurant, and it's owned by two wonderful people, Tim and Tammy Bracewell. I actually used to be a dishwasher at this restaurant, so I kind of have the inside scoop on it. But today, we're going to be talking about how to further the Crooked Bass's social media by implementing my social media marketing plan. Alright, so now we want to talk about the goals and objectives of the social media marketing plan. Alright, let's start with the social media goals. Number one, generate 1,000 new followers a year. I want to get as many people as we can on our social media sites every year. So a realistic goal would be 1,000. Number two, increase store awareness by 20%. I want everybody in Babson Park to know about the Crooked Bass. I want everybody to be aware of it, everybody to be at least know that it's there, so they can have the option of going. Number three, increase fan engagement by 200%. I want fans to be involved in each and every way they can with the restaurant itself. On the social media, I want them to be able to ask questions, to be engaged, to feel important, like their opinions matter. Alright, let's talk about the marketing goals. Number one, increase weekly store profits by $15,000. I want this social media marketing plan to be able to bring in not only new fans to the social media, but also bring in money. Number two, increase restaurant weekly occupancy by 25%. Like I said, not only do I want the social media to get more people on our social media outlets, but I also want it to bring people inside the store, and that will help raise it 25%. Alright, the next thing we're going to look at is a SWOT analysis of the Crooked Bass. Alright, what SWOT analysis is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. First, we're going to look at the internal strengths and weaknesses. Number one, they have no dedicated social media manager, which means there's nobody over it at all. There's nobody taking charge, nobody looking at what's going on. There's also little social media presence. They're only on 2 social media outlets when there's a plethora of them out there. There's also no budget or plan, which means they're not really concerned about the social media, but social media could impact the Crooked Bass greatly. Now, let's look at the external opportunities and threats. There's so many different social media outlets out there which attract so many different customers. And by being on each and every one of those social media outlets, you're reaching different types of customers, which brings in new customers. Also, the competition is low. So you have a great opportunity now to reach all those people that don't even know that there's seafood out there. Now, a threat is that they're located in a low populated area, which means you might not catch or reach a lot of new people with the population being so low and not a lot of activity going around in the area itself. Alright, moving on. Now we're going to look at the current social media presence of the Crooked Bass. Now, like I said before, they're on 2 social media outlets. They're on Facebook and they're on Instagram. Let's look at their Facebook. On Facebook, they have 2,524 total likes, and they have 2,557 total followers. Now, let's look at their Instagram. Now, on Instagram, they have 57 posts, 354 followers, and 60 people that they're following themselves. Now, with my plan, I hope to not only increase the social media presence they already have, but I'm going to add on to their social media presence by adding them on to another social media outlet. And by doing this, I'm hoping that their social media presence will gain them more customers. Alright, now we're going to move on to the competitive analysis, which is basically looking at a range of restaurants that the Crooked Bass would be in competition with. Now, by doing my research, I found 3 local restaurants that are in the same industry as the Crooked Bass. The first one is Sizzling Grill, the second one is Norby Steaks and Seafood, and the third one is Crazy Fish. Now, all 4 restaurants are seafood places. and we're going to see how well they compete against each other. Okay, continuing on with the competitive analysis, we're going to look at the social media presence of the other three restaurants. Alright, let's start with Sizzling Grill. Now, Sizzling Grill is only on one social media outlet, but it has a 4.5 out of 5 ratings for a restaurant. And on Facebook, they have 1,141 total likes and 1,130 total followers on Facebook. Let's move on to Norby's. Norby's, again, is only on one social media outlet, but it does have a 4.5 rating for a restaurant. On Facebook, they have 4,750 total likes and 4,743 followers. Now let's move on to Crazy Fish. Crazy Fish has a 4.6 out of 5 ratings for a restaurant, and they are also only on one social media outlet, which is Facebook. And they have 1,467 total likes and 1,485 total followers. Now, just looking at all these numbers, the only one that's beating the Crooked Bass in numbers is Norby's on Facebook, but they're all at a loss because they're only on one social media outlet. The Crooked Bass is on two. So looking at the competition, the Crooked Bass is already ahead, but I'm hoping that my social media marketing plan will blow them out of the water. Alright, now we're going to talk about our target customer profile. Because with implementing this plan into their social media outlets, we also want to have a target customer that we're trying to reach. Alright, so for the sex, we're looking at males and females. It don't really matter. We want to attract both of them into the restaurant. Now, age, we're looking at 21 all the way to 65. I know that's a large age range, but we're really trying to reach out to young adults all the way to senior citizens. Now, races, we want to attract every and all races. We do not discriminate. Income, any range. We're trying to reach out to anyone that's willing to come in and buy our products. Location, we're really trying to attract people that are mainly local. Now, if we do attract people that are out of state or out of the area, that's just a plus. And then interest, the people we want to interest is people that are interested in seafoods and bars and just sit down dining. Alright, and now that we talked about our target market, now we're going to talk about the social media channels that we want to use for this plan. Now, like I said before, they're already on Facebook and Instagram, but I want to improve the content and material that's on those social media sites. Now, the third one I want to implement into the plan is Snapchat. I want the Crooked Bass to have a Snapchat because Snapchat is probably the most popular social media outlet that is out right now. And by implementing that, you're now going to attract new customers that are on Snapchat. Alright, now that we talked about the social media channels we want to be on, let's talk about the content that we'll be posting on our social media outlets. Number 1, menu items. We're going to be posting everything we have on the menu every now and then, like the fish or the shrimp. We're going to post it on our social media outlets. Number 2, cross promote. We're going to have 3 different social media outlets. So on our Facebook, we're going to tell you, hey, go check out our Instagram. Hey, go check out our Snapchat, so we can have our fans on all 3 of our social media outlets. Number 3, get behind the scenes. Maybe the fans want to see how we cook the fish. Maybe the fans want to see how we cook the shrimp or shuck the oysters. We'll let you in on the inside scoop. Number 4, reshare user-generated content. Now the fans are going to post what they ate and liked on their personal social media outlets. And we're going to give those fans a shout out and say, hey, look, Sarah really enjoyed our fried fish on Thursdays. Number 5, top menu recommendations. We're going to know what the fans like or what our best menu items are. And we're going to post those on our Facebook, our Instagram, and our Snapchat so everybody knows, hey, when you come here, this is delicious. Number 6, new menu items. We always want to keep our fans updated on the new stuff that we get. So if we have a new item on the menu, we're going to post it on our social media outlets so the fans know. And number 7, get to know your staff. We're going to put up every week a portfolio of one of our staff members or one of our cooks or even one of our dishwashers so the fans and guests know who they're going to interact with when they come into the restaurant. Moving on, now we want to talk about our social media engagement strategies because we just don't want our fans and guests to be following us on our social media. We want them to be engaged in it. So, number one, continuously create valuable content. You always want to have good content that your guests and fans will like so that they either don't get bored or annoyed by you. Number two, contests. For example, we'll have a hashtag contest on Instagram where the guests will take a picture of their food, put us in a hashtag, and we will decide who had the best photo. Giveaways. We can have t-shirt giveaways. We can have 50% coupon giveaways for like the first 50 people that come into the store that day. Number four, ask open-ended questions. We'll ask a question such as, which one do you guys prefer? All you can eat shrimp or all you can eat crab legs? And we'll let the fans discuss it. And number five, you always want to keep updated on restaurant specials or changes. For instance, if we have all you can eat shrimp on Thursday, we're going to post it on Thursday just to keep the fans reminded about what's going on that day. Or changes. If we take something off the menu, we want the guests to be informed about that so they don't come in and be surprised by it. Now that we talked about engagement strategies, let's look at how you can tell if your followers are actually engaging on your social media sites. There's a few measurable things we can look at, like likes. How many people are liking the content you put out? The mentions, retweets, shares. How many people are sharing the content you put out and sharing it with their friends? Comments. Are you getting bad reviews, good reviews, or even mixed reviews? Impressions, fan growth. How many fans are you adding onto your social media sites every day? And reach. Those are things you can look at to see if your fans are actually engaging on your social media sites. All right, moving on. Now, when we talk about social media management, there's a couple tools out there that help you review the activity that's going on in your social media sites. Places such as Hootsuite, Google Analytics, Facebook and Instagram Insights, and Rival HQ. Now, these places will be able to show you not only you, but also your competition. And it shows you how many likes you're getting, how many things are going on, just the activity that is going on in your social media site. And it's very important, I believe, to have one of these and use one of these in your social media marketing plan. But they do cost money, so you have to have some sort of budget to put down money on these different sites. All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about today is the budget and my budget recommendations for the Crooked Bass for my social media marketing plan. First, I want to hire a social media manager and I want to roughly pay them around $30,000 a year. Moving on, I want to use about around $2,000 per year on social media management tools. Like in the last slide I just talked about, the Hootsuite, the Facebook and Instagram Insights. I want to put money into those sites to help us further see the activity that's going on in our social media sites. And then I want to have an estimate of about $5,000 per year going into social media site ads. Because on Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram, you can actually post ads for your restaurant on the site itself. And that will further get our reach out there, not only to the local people in Babson Park, but to the whole state of Florida. And then finally, I want to have an estimate of about $1,000 for tools that will help improve the content quality. Now, what I'm talking about here, for example, is a camera. I want a high quality camera so we can take high quality pictures. We want nothing but the best for our fans so they can get the greatest content out there. We also want to get a high quality computer, for instance, that can hold all the information we need, that can actually be able to hold the management tools that we need and just come together and create a great social media plan. All right. Thanks for watching. That's it. And that is my social media marketing plan for the Crooked Bass and how I can better further the success of the Crooked Bass with social media.